Hello and welcome to this tutorial. This is actually a theory concept called object-oriented programming. Sorry, not object-oriented programming. This is to explain what is object-oriented programming. So in this tutorial we'll learn what is object-oriented programming. And so what is object? Object is a real-life entity, and say for example Lamborghini's Aventador is an object. So it has top speed, it has some speed, it has some motion, and what else, it has some unique representation, like it is Aventador and have a number plate or a number of say for example XYZ or ABC. So that comes under object. Then oriented is using that, and programming, I hope you know. If you don't know, don't worry, bang your head on your keyboard so you'll get to know what it is. So let's move on to the next part. That's what is OOP. So well, what is OOP? It is software methodology which is used to program softwares or to make applications. Well, so what can I tell as an example? Yeah, PowerPoint is a good example of OOP. So it has got some projectors, presentation, slides. So that's an example of an OOP. Next part, sorry, not next part, sorry, it's a description. Object-oriented programming is a software development methodology. Yeah, obviously it is a representation of a real-world entity or a concept, and it revolves around a single concept called object. Okay, so, and sorry, here I have made a mistake. That's an class is a combination of objects, or else it may be a method is a combination of objects. I don't know, I'm not sure about this particular sentence. Anyways, carry on. So what is an object? Object is as I've already said, it is a real life entity. For example, I have a friend who is damn talkative. Whenever she comes, she always talks and goes on non-stop. She talks. So that's her that is a personality, and the talking is an what do you say, it's a unique identity. So it has following properties. An object has 3 properties. So it has state, it may display behavior. Okay, it may have, so it is not necessarily that it will have a behavior, and it should have an unique identity, or else everything would be the same. So this object, this concept doesn't come into picture at all. So it is a unique, it has a unique identity, it has a state, and it may display behavior. And an object has state, exhibits some well-defined behavior, and has unique identity, same as what I said. And so working of an object. So how does an object work? And so the answer is by this. Okay, wow, what a marvelous Lamborghini Aventador, I hope. And oh my god, the stationery, well, not good. It's not good for its name or fame, whatever maybe. So it is stationary at this moment, and obviously its state is stationary at this moment. And the next slide may show, oh, so that's not Lamborghini, but some car which is moving, red car with flashing lights, which is moving on a lane, no, actually not lane, on a road. and it is following one same path itself. So wow, is a good driver actually. And so the next part is its registration or its unique number, and it is Lamborghini Aventador with a registration number of XY245. Okay, so this has a registration number of XY245. Wherever it is, I'm gonna take it. I love this car. So the next part is classes. Well, I will be explaining classes with the help of flying as a main class. So flying is a object. No, flying is a real life entity, correct? So let's see. Birds, sorry, not flying, birds. Okay, birds is a real life entity, and that's the main class. Then it has flying and non-flying as subclass. Obviously birds can fly and they cannot also fly. So among the flying birds I have crows, and that's subclass of flying. And flying has sparrow also. Okay, sparrow has wings, it can fly also, and crow has wings, it can also fly. Cow. And non-flying is hen. Obviously it can just hatch eggs, maybe for a small or a short span of place it can jump on with the help of its wings, but it cannot fly as other birds do. So the next part is messages and methods. Messages is not what you are thinking of. It's not the SMSs and MMSs that you send to your friend. Well, it is something between or within the computer. And so let's see, what does it describe? Behavior is how an object acts and reacts. Okay, so messages can be behavior and methods can also be a behavior. So, and it is how an object acts and reacts in terms of its state, change and message passed. So messages are passed between the functions or between the block of codes or chunk of codes. So messages and methods cover that. And what else? Okay, so characteristics of OOP. So what is the characteristic of OOP is maybe, well, it uses the concept of real life entity, so it may be unique and hence it can allow realistic modeling. Great. So what is realistic modeling? It is object oriented approach, and it allows you to identify as objects having attributes and behavior. So an object can have attribute and can also have a behavior. So as I have said earlier, an object can have a state, a behavior and a representation or a unique thing, unique stuff actually. So realistic modeling does that. So well, in my next part of this particular video I'll be showing you actually program that's actually written in Delphi, but it's good to see how they have programmed. It is really good to see some real life concepts there. So I hope you might have seen a resonance box. If not, don't worry, go to Google, search that and you'll get to see what it is. So realistic modeling, so that thing we can design using C#, not C# actually, that's WPF. That's a concept called WPF, which I'm actually learning then. So let's move on. And reusability. Okay, so you can just reuse a small chunk of code and use it again and again and again. Whenever you need, you can call it. Wherever you need, you can call it. and there's no objection and there's no limit of using it. So it is reusability, and using existing classes objects from other applications save resources actually. So there's actually uses less resources and less memory allocation, hence less expenditure actually, and you don't need to pay the programmer again and again. So the next part is okay, so a reusability concept can be explained with the example, the help of a small example. So here I have a two-seater car, two-seater vehicle, and it has its own attributes and behavior. So car has its own attributes and behaviors, and when I update that into a four-seater car or a vehicle, so it has its attributes. Obviously it will inherit actually two-seater vehicles, so this goes here, and the two-seater vehicles behavior also, and its own feature of attributes and behavior. So with a small update or something, you can update your program actually with the help of reusability concept. So that's good actually. And resilience to change, you can update comes here. Updates, your program application can be updated into something, and for example, all of a sudden my iTunes got changed into, I was using an old iTunes, and all of a sudden the GUI changed, and so I'm using the latest actually. So that's resilience to change. And here I'm gonna show with the example help of classes example of maybe a car or something. So what does it describe? It says it allows system to evolve, and it is I have an old toy car, okay, and it has its color, okay, shape and sound, okay. So when I've upgraded it, I just bought some new products and I entered into them. So what I have now, color, okay, same, shape, same, sound, same. Oh, remote control I've added up, so I got too much money actually. And flashlights, okay, so that's a very simple way where how we can update, change something into something, anything. And here existence has different forms. So objects can be made to respond to the same message.